Earning money in GTA Online can be very boring and tedious at times. Buying new things and experiencing the new updates is fun, but not if you don't have any money for it. Therefore, in this video I will go through a fully legit AFK method you can use in GTA Online to earn money while not doing a single thing. Now, all the businesses I'm going to talk about today, I do have a more in-depth guide on them somewhere on my channel. I'll link all the individual guides down below if there's something you didn't quite catch in this video. The first business we're going to utilize today is the nightclub, and with the nightclub we're going to use both the warehouse and the nightclub safe. Now let's go over the nightclub warehouse first. If you know nothing about the nightclub warehouse is a passive business that generates income by accumulating goods from various other businesses that you own. Once you set it up, it works in the background, collecting goods over time without actually requiring any work from you. You can just let it be in the background and let it work. Now, how this works is that when you try and set up your nightclub warehouse, you will see 5 warehouse technicians that are available. Depending on if you have bought them or not, you have 1. The max amount you can have is 5. I really recommend having 5, so it's worth buying them all. Anyway, the key to maximizing your nightclub warehouse income is assigning warehouse technicians to specific types of goods. So these technicians will automatically source goods for you from the businesses you've connected to your nightclub. Now, these connected businesses are businesses that you already own elsewhere in the game. So this can be the MC businesses like the cocaine lockup or the meth lab, and it can be the bunker, the CEO crates. They can be so many different things. So the best businesses to connect to the warehouse in the nightclub is cargo and shipments, which is related to the CEO crates warehouse, sporting goods, which is tied to the bunker, South American imports, this is your cocaine lockup, pharmaceutical research, which is your meth lab, and cash creation, which is your counterfeit cash factory. These 5 businesses are definitely the best ones that gives you the most money and where your technicians will make you the most profit. Now, selling from the nightclub is also really easy. Once your warehouse has accumulated enough goods, you can sell them for a very big payout. Obviously, the more goods you have, the bigger the sale. However, if you're scared of getting multiple delivery vehicles or whatever, then fear no more, because in the nightclub you can always only get 1 delivery vehicle. So no matter how much goods you have, if you have $1 million or if you have $100,000, you can still sell it with 1 delivery vehicle, which is very nice, and it's also really easy to sell. And if you're wondering, yes, you will get a high demand bonus if you sell in a public lobby. Let's say you're selling for 1 million, that will be quite a big bonus. So it's, in my opinion, worth selling in a public lobby for that high demand bonus. Now, this way you can easily see how the nightclub is so good to do passively. Of course, you have to sell it after a while, but that takes multiple hours and you don't have to do anything in that time. You can be at school, at work, doing something completely else off the game, and this will work. So make sure to keep your technicians busy, always producing, and if your nightclub is maxed out, then make sure to sell it so you can stack up again. Now, the second way to make AFK or passive money with the nightclub is through the nightclub safe. The nightclub safe works in the way that you need nightclub popularity for it to earn you a substantial amount of money. The higher your nightclub's popularity, the more money you earn per in-game day, which is of course 48 minutes. At 100% popularity, the nightclub can earn up to $50,000 per in-game day. Now, your popularity will decrease over time, which will of course reduce your daily earnings, but you can maintain this or boost your popularity by completing promotion missions, but I wouldn't really recommend that. Or you can change to DJ, which is the most preferred option. It does cost $10,000 every time you do it, but you will quickly earn that back in just a few in-game days, so it's pretty worth it, and it ups your popularity in seconds. Nightclub Safe has a maximum capacity of $250,000. If the safe reaches this amount, no additional money will be deposited to it until you collect the cash, so make sure you collect it after some while. Now, moving on, the next step to making millions without doing a single thing is with the acid lab. Now, I'm not gonna go through how you get the acid lab and all this and that. I'm just gonna go through what you actually need and how to use it effectively. So, of course, you will need the equipment upgrade for the acid lab. To unlock the upgrade, you will need to do 10 DAX Hooligan missions missions. These missions can take from 5 to 15 minutes each, paying $50,000, but they have a huge 48-minute cooldown, so yes, it will take you about 10 hours in total to complete all these 10 missions. However, when you're done with it and you get the upgrade, it's definitely worth it for the asset lab. The upgrade also costs $250,000, but again, it's really worth it. Now, how to use the asset lab? Of course, it's a passive business model, similarly to the MC businesses and the bunker, and also the nightclub. You can either steal supplies or buy supplies. I recommend buying supplies. It only costs $60,000, which is cheaper than most other businesses, which often costs $75k, and the supplies can be purchased either by talking to Mutt in the asset lab or calling him via phone. Now, if you do use the asset lab without the equipment upgrade, full supplies will generate $74,000 in 1 hour and 52 minutes, and to fully stock the asset lab, which takes about 3 supply bars, it takes 6 hours and you will earn $237,000 from it. That means your profit per hour if you bought supplies is only $7,600, which is not very great. However, with the equipment upgrade, it increases the product value by 41% and it reduces production time by 33%. Now, a asset lab full of goods will value at $335,000 and it will produce in only 4 hours. Also, you will only require about 1.6 bars of supplies, which is about 96k. That means your net profit is $239,000 per 4 hours or $59,800 per hour, which is a lot better than the $7,000 that you would get without the upgrade. You can also boost the asset lab once every real life day, making it even profitable and efficient. The sale missions are really easy. You will always have a sale using only a single delivery bike, making the process quick and very manageable for solo players. The missions you can do in about 10 minutes, and it's only 3 mission types. They're all pretty easy, and I would highly recommend selling in a public lobby because of the high demand bonus, and because of this, sometimes you can go from $335,000 up to over $500,000 per sale with the asset lab, and that's what makes this business so good for this exact method, because you get so much money without much cost or time invested. Now, moving on to the next business you will want to use when you're doing this AFK method, it is the arcade safe. Now, this is pretty simple. You earn a certain amount of money every 48 minutes from your arcade, which then gets put in your safe. The amount of money that gets put in the safe depends on how many arcade games that you have. If you've bought them all, you will get the max amount of money you can get every 48 minutes, which is $5,000. Also, a little tip, you don't have to buy all the arcade games. Actually, you can buy one of them and just place them all around your arcade, and it will still count as you having all the arcade games. Now, $5,000, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but this is completely passive when you've bought all the arcade games. Of course, there is a huge investment to buy all those games if you actually buy them and not just buy one of them and place them all over. But if you play a lot, after a while, you will be in 100% profit. Now, this can just fill up in the background while you AFK, and it's basically free money at that point. The next business is very similar, and it's the agency safe. The wall safe in the agency will fill up with money every in-game day, meaning every 48 minutes in real life, but how much money you get every in-game day depends on a series of factors. The amount of money that is added to the safe will increase by $500 for every 5 security contracts that you complete, up to a maximum of 200 security contracts. This means if you complete 200 security contracts in the agency, you will manage to boost your daily safe income to 20k per day, which is pretty good, but yet again, you will have to do 200 security contracts, which is a lot. But if you just do these slowly when you're playing normally and not being AFK, you will get this slowly up and get more and more money per in-game day, and then when you're AFK at some point, you will get 20k per in-game day, which does stack up. Next business on the list is the bunker. This business isn't really mandatory to use. This is more work, and it's optional. If you want to use the bunker, then go ahead, use it in this method, but you don't have to use it because it won't get you that much, and it's kind of annoying to sell and stuff like that. But basically, you should buy one batch of supplies for $75,000. This is only if you have the staff upgrade and the equipment upgrade. If you don't have both of them, do not buy supplies, just forget about the bunker. Make sure you have them and then buy one full batch of supplies. With full upgrades, one full supply bar will get you 210k worth of stock, leaving you with a profit of $135,000. That is standard pay. If you sell your bunker in a public lobby, you will get a lot more than that, often bringing in revenue that is over 300k. So the bunker can definitely be used, and this is also solo friendly. If you only buy one batch of supplies, you will also only get one delivery vehicle. You will never get more than one. You will always just get one delivery vehicle. So it's pretty easy at that point, but still you can get bad sell missions because the bunker is a bit hit or miss on that one. But you can use it and you will get a profit by using the bunker as well. But again, a little more work to do. Now the next business on this list is the salvage yard safe. Now the salvage yard safe is pretty weird in how it works, but basically just think of the salvage yard safe as the nightclub popularity. The tow trucking in the salvage yard is linked to the salvage yard safe. So how much you get per in-game day in the yard safe depends on how many cars that you currently have towed in. The more tow truck missions you do, the more money you're gonna get when the safe fills up. That's basically how it works. There's a short description of it, but yeah, it can be used. You don't need to use the salvage yard, but it can be a little extra money if you just do 2 tow truck missions and then go AFK after you've done that. You will get quite a bit of money into your safe that you can then again collect when you're back online. Next business is the bail office safe, and this is pretty similar, only here you send out your bail office agents to acquire bounties and then bring them in for you, so you don't have to do it yourself. However, the bail office agents don't get you that much money, as you only get 5 to 10k from each of these agents every in-game day, which is not that great considering that these agents does cost quite a lot. The safe caps out at $200,000. You will have to collect the money at that point, so not the best passive method, but definitely one you could use if you so would like to and maximize your passive or your AFK earnings. You can use the bail office, you can use the salvage yard. They're not as great as the other ones like the nightclub and the arcade that I talked about earlier, but still pretty good. Earning millions of dollars from all these businesses is great and all, but if you actually want to play the game and not just AFK on it, then I would highly recommend checking out my solo money making routine that will make you even more money than if you were to just AFK. Subscribing and leaving a like would also help out greatly. God bless and thank you for watching. Damn.